Connect me with some really incredible people who have lived in this town, called this town home over the years. I mean, people who have lived here since the 1920s. Like, I'll never forget my conversations with Bob Perkins, Forrest Brown, some really fascinating characters who've lived here and know this town incredibly well. And we were able to complete pretty much the first draft right at the end of 2019, early 2020. Which could not have been better timing because we were all stuck in our houses for several months in 2020, and everybody had an opportunity to look over that first draft, provide me with feedback, point out other sources who I might have missed and might be of use. So, and then at the end of 2021, I got in touch with Deirdre Randall up at Peter Randall Publisher in Portsmouth, and she was a wonderful resource. Too. I just had so much thanks for her for guiding us through the publishing process and giving us these wonderful, like beautifully put together books that are just so just incredibly done. So, and can't express my gratitude enough. So I hope that if nothing else, this book allows or inspires a desire amongst the town as a whole to preserve its history. If there's anything as you're reading that you realize, oh, I have some extra information on this, I have an anecdote relating to this topic, I urge anybody who's not in the Historical Society already to please get in touch with a Historical Society member and make sure that any of the information you have goes to the gets preserved. So. I said I'd be brief, I lied. I apologize for that. And further ado, I would love to meet some of you and I can talk to you.
So when we, David and I and Haggard were original committee members for the Tricentennial, and we were looking into the third chapter of the town history, when we ran the numbers, we were going to be able to afford about this. And we said, wow, this is a real problem because that's not enough to cover the history. So we were trying to figure out how we were going to solve this problem. And a friend of mine, Mike Dunbar, who was working on the website for the Tricentennial, knew Colin, who was graduated from college and was working on being a writer and loved town histories and grew up in the area. And there were conversations. Can you pull it off? Can you do it? And
I should also add the wrinkle that I had just moved to Tennessee right before this all happened.
So we, by necessity, but also meeting with him and meeting with the Historical Society, and everybody had this great feeling about him and his passion. And all these years later, we now have this, which is a real book to be proud of. It's even got pictures in it. And Colin really gave us a great deal, working with us through thick and thin. Sometimes the checks were a little bit late, but he kept working, and we eventually got him all the money. So we owe Colin a debt of gratitude for this level of the book.
All right, so actually we have the books here readily available to purchase. You can sit down, and this is Mark Batchelor's desk.
I didn't know that.